cold and foggy morning from the Namaqualand coast. The night has been cold and humid, very humid, and the ocean has been fierce. Right now is low tide and it's a bit quiet, but it's been windy and very, very, very noisy. So this is what you get when you come next to the ocean. Beautiful colors of flamingos on this beautiful lagoon. Wild coast, very wild, isolated, and you don't see anyone around here for many kilometers. There's no towns, there's nothing, there's just the occasional fisherman's house, very remote, very secluded, and nothing else, nothing. Just some mining concession that you see on both sides of the road. And this is like that for kilometers and kilometers all the way to the north, and you can only guess that all those areas where you cannot drive through it's also the same like this. So this is probably all the way up to the Namibian border and beyond, because in Namibia it's also the same. So this is a very wild coast. This sandy road extends for many more kilometers after you leave the Namakwa National Park. Many more. You're going to drive, I don't know, it's just a guess, but probably 20 or 30 kilometers more. It is not really complicated, but it's sand. There are many exits to the ocean, which is right there, and many beaches and bays. So it's a good idea not to inflate the tires back to the regular pressure until you get to the main road, because you now and then you'll find patches of deep sand. That looks like a huge sand dune. This is most likely to control the sand dune movement. And I'm already in the Western Cape Province, so this is a big change. You immediately feel the difference. Roads are better and lots of farms. I've come to Lambert's Bay to visit the Bird Island. There is an intense smell as you approach the island. Probably it's the smell of the guano. Very interesting visit to the Bird Island in Lambert's Bay. You can find Cape Gannet, and there are like 8,500 bears in this island, and there are only 3 places in South Africa where you can see them, and 3 more in Namibia. it's really interesting. There's a bird hide where you can watch the Cape Gannets and very close and undisturbed, so you can be there for as long as you want. I was the only one here. The lady at the reception said because it's cold day and nobody came, but usually it's busier. The best time to come here is during the season from October to mid-March. This is the entrance to the Cedarburg, coming from Glen William and the direction to Citrusdal. There's an exit on the left to take you to Algeria, and this is the exit, and what you see is the Cedarburg. Heading to the waterfalls near Algeria campsite. It is a easy 3 hours trek, and it's very beautiful here, and the scenery is awesome. Looks like it's coming up the river and then it ends up in a gorge where probably the waterfall is. Absolutely awesome, this gorge. The waterfall is nice, but the gorge is awesome. This is the camp where I stayed last night, and I have to say that it's pretty good. The toilets, showers, everything is clean and good. And they also have, you want to do your dishes, and everything is fine. Only problem with this place is that the regular price is 200 Rand per night, but now apparently it's peak season and it goes up to 480 Rand per night, which is great expensive for a campsite. But the quality is excellent. Mountains are beautiful. It is a pleasure driving here, walking here, hiking here. It is cool and nice. There's a river. Mountains are huge and beautiful. They have this So nice. Everything here is so relaxing. This is the top of the mountain pass, and what a beautiful view from here. You expect to drop on the other side of the mountain, but you find like this big plain grassy land looking like probably like a swamp. Very interesting. Do you see her? And now? Yeah, there she is. Lot's wife. She was turned into stone when she turned back to see the destruction of Sodom, and there she is. There are some places that you go and you really need to put a lot of imagination to see the things that they try to depict. But this one really looks like her. Look at this valley. Those could be the ruins of an old castle. Yeah, these all could be the ruins of some ancient culture, palace, fortress. You could be all day here finding resemblances. The Giza Sphinx. Moais on the Easter Island. Stonehenge. Machu Picchu or Cusco. An eagle? Horus, the Egyptian god. This place is huge. When I parked, I thought that I would walk for 5 or 10 minutes. But you could be here all day. This valley is immense. Just enormous. The pillars of the Temple of Karnak. I have entered the Matkis Rivière Nature Reserve, and after you enter, you find another area of rock formations like those that I saw yesterday, and there is a short trail that takes you there. You need to turn right to Truskriskral, I think it's the name, something like that. Sorry for my Africans. And it looks awesome with these lights, the early light in the morning. Looks pretty much what we saw yesterday, so probably all this area has some different parts with these strange rock formations all around the Cederberg. I'm fascinated by these rock formations. I found them truly spectacular. This part here, in comparison with yesterday's, is more monumental. The clusters of rocks and walls are bigger and more compact, so you feel like you're between rock walls all the time. Yesterday was more for the small details, for little columns and little rock formations, but this today, the size is a lot bigger. Not in extension, but the size of the rock walls. For those of you who have been at Bryce Canyon National Park, you probably will find a resemblance with this part of the Cederberg. Although at Bryce Canyon, it's more like spears, like needles. And here would be more like the Monument Valley, but all together and compacted. Extraordinary, this cave with the Bushman paintings. Really extraordinary. And if you are like myself, who loves the hunter-gatherer culture, this is just amazing. After leaving the Tuitskritskral rock formations area, I wanted to go to the Rui Cederberg Karoo Park, but you cannot cross unless you're going to spend the night there. So from there, because I wanted to go to Tanqua Karoo National Park, which is here, I had two options. One was going south around Cajacamas Nature Reserve and then north and then enter through Stonehenge Nature Reserve, or I could go north and take one of these roads here that would lead me straight to Stonehenge Nature Reserve. So I had to decide south or north, and I decided to take the north route, and that proved to be a wrong decision.